Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Christina Bennett. I work for Winrose Health at Hope Family Health.
And how has ALS affected you?
It has affected me in a way that it's hard to describe. My husband was diagnosed with ALS and 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago.
How's he doing?
Right now, he is having trouble walking, talking. He can't hold his head up hardly at all. We have to tape it for him to be able to hold it up. He still gets around. He's stubborn. He does things he's not supposed to, but we're fighting it every step of the way.
What does the awareness of ALS bring to you and your family?
Oh my. It's not about the money. I want people to know that. Yes, we need them to find out what caused it because we don't know. We need them to find out a cure for our grandbabies later on because this might be hereditary. But the awareness that people know what it is and they understand, or at least they have a glimpse of how somebody feels when they have it. That is the biggest thing, especially the children, especially the kids. It's so heart-swelling.
How's the awareness, can you talk to us about the football game?
Oh, one of our daughters, we have 5, wanted to do the Ice Bucket Challenge at school at South Decatur High School because she works there. And they were going to do it at halftime at a football game. And she wanted her dad, because he has ALS, to dump the water on her, or dump the ice bucket on her. And he kind of was a little bit hesitant at first, but he said, yes, I'll do it. And we went to the ball game. Now, when they got ready to do the halftime show, is what they called it, they talked about ALS and everybody, and how the kids raised $350 for 50 cents per styrofoam cup of ice water. And they earned that, not they raised that. And they went on to say that Stacy was employed at South Decatur and that her father had ALS, and he was also a 1972 graduate of South Decatur High School. He looks at me and he says, do I have to do this? And I said, you already said you would. Go on, go on. And he went down, and I stayed up in the bleachers, thank the Lord, because I took pictures and video, but I got real emotional at the time. Douglas could not pick up the bucket because it was so heavy. So my son-in-law went down with him. And when they said, Ice Bucket Challenge, please dump the buckets, he had his hand on it, but he couldn't lift it because of the disease. But it was so heartwarming. So those children were just, in awe of everything. And after they got done, he had told me before, he said, now I don't want to stay very long because I don't really want to. But the kids went up to him. Hi, Stacy's dad. Hi, Mr. Bennett. We're sorry you're sick. And it was just so heartwarming, so heartwarming.
What advice would you give to someone or a family who gets this diagnosis?
Fight every step of the way. Live life like it's your last day. I mean, all your children, all your relatives need to not dwell on how sick he is and how bad he feels or she feels, but dwell on how happy they are that day and what they did to enjoy that day. And even if it's working, because my husband hated to quit work, and he's still doing things at home that he shouldn't do, like the weed eater. And I'll go home and he's got the weed eater, only he can't walk very well, but he's still got it and he's trying to do it. And I asked him, I said, is that necessary? It needs to be done. I've always done it. Let them do their thing. It's hard. It's so hard because you're afraid they're going to get hurt. But if they get hurt, pick them up and go on, because nothing's worse than losing them altogether.